When looking to book our vacation in Clearwater, I noticed that my search led me down to one of two paths. And if you're looking to book a vacation in Clearwater Beach, it's a strong possibility that your search has narrowed it down to one of two properties: the Sandpearl or the Opal Sands resorts. And I gotta tell you, you're looking in the right direction. And although both properties are members of the Opal collection, the look and feel of each property is very different. In this video, we're going to help you decide which one works better for you and your family. And you'll want to hang around because in the end, I'm going to straight up tell you which property I like better, although that does come with a caveat. We're going to start off with building, circle drive, lobby, and first impressions. The Opal Sands is the newer of the two resorts and unquestionably has the sleeker looking building. It's got that kind of glassy, modern style. Opening in 2016, the building still has that newer appearance. You enter the circle drive to the Opal Sands on a bit of an incline, which kind of makes it feel tighter and more chaotic. The circle drive is not big, but plenty big enough to be functional. Upon entering the building, the Opal Sands has a bit of wow factor. And to describe the decor, I would use adjectives like sleek, trendy, and modern. The Sandpearl, on the other hand, opened in 2007 and has more of a classic style of building. The Sandpearl resides on a corner and has a surprisingly large and very comfortable circle drive. I would say that the Sandpearl does not have the same degree of wow factor. The classic style decor feels understated, yet still elegant. However, I'm a sucker for wow factor, and why do you come on vacation if not to be wowed? So here, nod given to the Opal Sands. I feel the Opal Sands first impression is slightly more impressive. Moving on to accommodations is a little tough because in both cases we didn't have standard room accommodations and had suites. But both suites were of a similar class and very close in price, and I think they would make for a fair comparison. This time we'll start with the Sandpearl. Our room at the Sandpearl was a one-bedroom city view suite. The room was essentially a condo-style villa. It had a full kitchen, pretty standard living room and bedroom, and overall, I would say it was just very nice. But the room style and decor did feel kind of typical of what you would expect to find in a hotel. Also, the views were beautiful. In spite of the room being a city view room, we still had a wonderful view of the beach. However, we didn't like the balconies. The balconies just kind of felt like slabs of concrete sticking off the side of the building. The room at the Opal Sands was amazing. And again, I have to use that word, wow factor. I gotta be honest with you, in this case, the room had the look and feel of something special. The suite had a kitchen, but I would not call it a full kitchen, but I wouldn't call it a kitchenette either. It was more like a pony kitchen, which was just enough to actually be usable. There was 2 cooktop burners and a microwave, full fridge, but no oven. However, this room made up for it by simply being badass. It was a corner room with views on 2 sides. The bedroom and bathroom were both large, and this place even had an additional half bath. The Opal Sands has the advantage of all 230 rooms having views of the Gulf, and this room in particular had amazing views. But I gotta be honest with you, for as amazing as the room at the Opal Sands was, in certain ways, the room at the Sandpearl was more functional and more comfortable. But in the end, the likelihood that you're gonna have a way better view at the Opal Sands, and for us, having the additional half bath is just too much for the Sandpearl to overcome. And so in this case, nod given to the Opal Sands. Next, we're gonna discuss the grounds, activities, and pool. The grounds at the Opal Sands are beautiful, but as I mentioned in my review, the grounds aren't big. The Opal Sands sits at the corner of the beach on a slight elevation. As a result, the pool sits on a sort of tiered deck that overlooks the Gulf. The views are dope. As I mentioned in my review, the footprint of the resort isn't large and all kind of feels right there. The pool has a sleek style and is absolutely beautiful, but it's not really the ideal family pool and it is an expanse. The gym and spa are pretty much a wash and are as expected. The gym at the Opal Sands is a little nicer than at the Sandpearl. The grounds at the Sandpearl are more traditional. They're beautiful and more expanse than at the Opal Sands. Both pools have a zero entry, but the pool at the Sandpearl is more of a traditional style resort pool and has a winding property and feels more expansive. And I'm guessing probably has more seating. I like the aesthetic better at the Opal Sands, but once again, the Sandpearl wins in function and practicality. I consider the grounds, activities, and pools to be a tie. But now we have to talk about the beach. The beach behind the Sandpearl is hands down better. Behind the Sandpearl is a wide stretch of white sand beach. The only downside of the beach is it can be a long walk from the start of the sand to the beginning of the water. But you have lots of beautiful beach terrain to cover. The Opal Sands, on the other hand, sits on the corner of the beach. When I read reviews about the Opal Sands, I did encounter a handful of complaints about the beach, and I can understand where they're coming from, but I think it's going to be okay for most people. The overall beach is expanse. The Opal Sands just sits at the corner of it, and you may need to walk just a little bit further to find space for activities. The nod for beach goes strongly to the Sandpearl. Now let's talk about the restaurants. The restaurants at both establishments are pretty good. We love the Sandbar at the Opal Sands, which is a casual beachside restaurant that's open to the public. We ate there numerous times. We also enjoyed Sea Guinea, the flagship restaurant. It's nice, but not overly stuffy, and it has your typical semi-pricey hotel menu and nice hotel bar. The Sandpearl has a market, which is a coffee shop. And Tate Island Grill is the casual pool and beachside restaurant. And lastly, there's Coretta on the Gulf, which is beautiful, but it's fine dining and maybe a tad bit stuffy. Here's something unique to the Sandpearl is that you can actually be served on the beach from Tate's if you rent the resort's beach chairs. Menus between Tate's and the Sandbar are similar but not exact, and those few differences caused me to like the Sandbar's menu better. But I have to give the nod to the Sandpearl for simply having the market coffee shop option. Now, let's talk about location. I felt the location at the Sandpearl was better. There's dining on the Clearwater Strip nearby both resorts. However, there's more options for both shopping and dining outside of the Sandpearl. Both properties are equidistant from Pier 60, which I would consider to kind of be the center strip landmark. However, the blocks between the Sandpearl and Pier 60 is so dense with options, it has a happening strip-like effect. Location nod goes to the Sandpearl. Overall, I told you and I promised you that I would tell you which resort I like better. And earlier in this review, I told you I'm a sucker for wow factor, so I definitely like the Opal Sands better. But I told you there was also a caveat, and that is there's a certain practicality and beauty to the Sandpearl which is to be appreciated. I hope this video was helpful. I gotta tell you, you can't miss with either property. Thanks a bunch for checking us out. We're always here to help you with trying to make destination decisions and other fun topics. That's all for now. Fitness and beer.